Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Hare Shivani Mataji, it's 9:57.
Sure, Mataji. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। रामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर जी की जय। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I welcome you all to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call for today's mid-morning session. Thank you all so much for joining. This is Shivani from Ashburn, Virginia. Let us move to the next part of the session. Today's class will be given by Her Grace Sukha Sagari Mataji on Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya from verse 5.741 to 759. May I know who will have joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada, this is Preeti Vilasini Devi Dasi from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you, Mataji, for your warm welcoming. And Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Vilasini Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for the beautiful Bhagavad Gita recitation, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you all. All glories to your services and the beautiful classes. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devdasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Thank you for joining and thank you for the beautiful chanting, Mataji. All glories to your services. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Neetu Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for giving your association regularly. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago, and thank you Mataji, Priti Vilasani Mataji, for beautiful chanting of Bhagavad Gita. And
Hare
Shivani
Krishna.
Mataji, all glories to your services too.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for joining every single day. All glories to your services, Mataji. Welcome to the call, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Shivani Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada Srila Gurudev Ki Jai, Vrinda from Atlanta.
Hare Krishna, Vinda Gopika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Thank you so much for joining every single day and giving a beautiful association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anybody else who would like to introduce themselves?
I'll start the recording.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Once again, I welcome you all for joining today's mid-morning class. I would like to start by sharing a quote of Srila Prabhupada ji. An old father required massaging, so all the children wanted to serve the father. The father divided the right and left portion of his body to be served by the children. Later, along with the service, there was some quarrel between the children, and they were competing by hitting the parts of that was assigned to the opposing party. The father said that you are hitting my different parts due to your opposition to one another, but I am therefore dying. If there is any misunderstanding, please live peacefully. Letter to Raya Rama, February 20th, 1969. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Sukha Sagari Mataji to enlighten us on Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya from verses 5.741 to verse 759. Hare Krishna, Sukha Sagari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for giving us your valuable time and beautiful association this morning, and we are very eagerly to hear from you, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Gauranga ki jai. Please take over the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Shivani Mataji, and thank you to the organizers for giving me a chance again to purify and rectify myself. So, yeah, thank you so much. And we'll start off with the verses for today. And can everybody see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah, it has the verses. I just wanted to make sure. I will first recite the prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Namaskar, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are continuing with discussing the associates of Lord Nityananda Mahaprabhu. So today's class will mostly be a reading because it's very factual and in some sense historical, and there are some geographical details also given. So it's going to be more like a history, geography, biography kind of a class. And like I mentioned, I'm not sure there's much scope for philosophy there, because it just discusses some brief bios about Lord Nityananda's companions or his branches and sub branches, so to speak. So we're familiar with the verse which says Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam. So Lord Chaitanya, just the same as Lord Krishna, Lord Krishna appears with his associates like Ete Chamsa Kala Pumsaha. So Ete Cha Amsa Kala. So Amsa, Prabhupada defines as portions, plenary portion, and then Kala as portions of plenary portions. So similarly, Sa Ango, Upa Anga, this refers to the literal definition is a little differently worded, like associates and then servitors and then confidential associates. The Parshadas are the confidential associate. So Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj says that his main associate, Sa Anga is Nityananda Mahaprabhu, and then Upa Anga is Advaita Acharya, and then the others are his confidential associates. So we have seen, like, the previous, this chapter is also referenced in Chaitanya Charitamrita by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And the previous chapter in Adi Leela, there the chapters 10 and 11. So 11 discuss the branches and sub-branches of Nityananda Mahaprabhu, and then the chapter 10 discusses, I think, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's branches and sub-branches. So if we see some of these associates of appear in both the branches and sub-branches of both the lordships, both Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. So some of them are common because they spent some time with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then we saw in the beginning, towards the beginning of this chapter, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he advises Nityananda Prabhu, and he sends a few of his associates with him to go and preach in Bengal. So some of Lord Chaitanya's branches or sub-branches in that sense, they also went with Nityananda Prabhu's mission. And so they are considered part of both, like the branches of both the lordships, so to speak. So that's what is mentioned in some of the purports here. And we'll try to see what personalities we are going to be discussing today regarding this. So like I said, I have a comment.
Mataji, this is NOD, right? That we are seeing.
NOD? Oh.
No, Mataji. No, please continue.
Sorry.
Are you sure, Mataji? Are you able to see Chaitanya Bhagavat verses? Or?
Oh, no, we are not able to see.
That's what I am seeing, Mataji.
You're right,
Nectar
you're
of
right,
Devotion PDF copy is being seen. That's why I got confused.
I'm so sorry, Mataji.
I'm sorry, Mataji.
No, even I'm sorry.
I know why I'm showing NOD.
Sorry.
No, maybe yesterday you were reading with the class. That's why it was open on your computer.
But that's not
Mataji.
open at all. So I don't know why it's showing. So sorry. I will again share, Mataji's. Thank you for pointing it out. No, I closed the NOD. I don't know why it's showing. Anyways, Mataji, sorry about that. Are you able to see now, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
Now
Mataji.
Text 741, Mataji. Okay, yeah. Sorry about that, Vinita. Thank you for pointing. Thank you, Preeti, for pointing out. Yeah, no, I'm prone to errors.
I was telling Vinita, no.
Yeah, I'm prone to errors and mistakes. So please feel free to correct me whenever I'm making a mistake. So, yeah. So we will start off with reading this part of chapter 5. This is towards the fag end of chapter 5. It's towards the fag end of this chapter, and we have a few verses, like about 10 or 15, which discusses more of the associates or the branches, sub-branches of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So we will start off with verse number 741, and goes like this. सदाशिव कविरज महाभाग्यवान यान्द्रपुत्र पुरुषोत्तम दास नाम. Sadashiva Kaviraja was most fortunate. He had a son named Purushottama Dasa. For a description of Sadashiva Kaviraj, see Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 11, text 38, and Anubhashya commentary on it. So Anubhashya is the commentary by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur on the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and he has given few details which Srila Prabhupada actually has incorporated in his Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he took some of the commentaries his guru had given him. For a description of Purushottama Dasa, see Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 11, text 38, and the Anubhashya commentary on it. Okay. Yeah, somebody has a comment, Sunil Prabhuji. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not able to see that comment. It says, who's Purushottama Das says, whose appearance day is it, Prabhu?
Yeah, Purushottam Das.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
tomorrow.
Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Okay, we'll see a little more of these description after we read a couple of verses. बाह्याना हि पुरुषोत्तम दासीर शरीरे नित्यानंद चंद्रयान हृदय विहारे. The body of Purushottama Dasa displayed no external consciousness, for Nityananda Chandra resided in his heart. So we saw a similar description of somebody, right, who also did not display any external consciousness. Does anybody recall? Where I made a big snafu, which I'll remember for life.
Gadadhar Das, Gadadhar Pandit.
Yeah, Gadadhar Das. Sorry, Mataji, if I confused you in the last class. Yeah, it was Gadadhar Das. So Gadadhar Das also, what was mentioned? Anybody recalls? What was his internal mood? Yeah, he was always
Srimati Radharani's.
Yeah, he was always in the mood of a gopi, right? He was always,
Gopi, yeah.
But he did not bother to externally express that. Like, it was not like, he was dressed as a woman or something like that, but he was always in the mood of a gopi, it is mentioned. But he never cared for the externals, right? He never, though he was always in the mood of a gopi, he was dressed as a man because that's how he appeared in Chaitanya's pastimes. And so it is mentioned there that he displays no external consciousness. So we see many of Lord Nityananda's branches and sub-branches, they do not, they do not pay any importance to this external consciousness. They're always in the mood of, a gopi or a sakha like that. So Lord Nityananda himself is an avadhut, and he also, doesn't pay too much attention to his externals, right? We were seeing the past few classes how he dresses so opulently to attract the materialists, and he gives he in fact uses it as a weapon, right? The beauty of him, like discussed in the verse that Sango Pangasra Parshadam. So it is discussed that Lord Chaitanya's beauty is a weapon. So we also see like Nityananda Prabhu's beauty who is an expansion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His beauty is also used as a weapon, right? I mean, to attract like thieves. And we saw that the pastime of these dacoits, the Brahmana dacoit. I know that sounds like a, what is it called? When two opposite meanings. I don't know, I forgot the name. Yeah. So like day, night or something like that, so so what is the English word for it? Anybody?
Antonym?
Not antonym. Antonym is the opposite. Anyways, so
Dualities?
no, Martin, there is one word for it in English. If my daughter comes this way, I'll ask. It's just slipping my mind. So yeah, but what I'm trying to say is dacoit Brahmana. It doesn't go together, right? Being a Brahmana and a dacoit like that. So yeah, we saw the pastime where we saw that how Lord Nityananda attracted these kind of materialists with his opulent dressing. He never cared, though he was such an exalted devotee, he didn't care for the externals. So we see the same mood is there in many of his branches, that they don't care for the external. They're internally in their, original swarupa or bhava like that. So they don't care much for the externals. Okay. उद्धारण दत्त महावैष्णव उदारा नित्यानंद सेवया हारा अधिकारा. Uddharana Datta was a great magnanimous Vaishnava. He was qualified for the service of Nityananda. So this is text for a description of Uddharana Datta. See Chaitanya Chaitamrita Adi Leela chapter 11, 41 and the Anubhashya commentary on it. Yeah, we'll try to see what Chaitanya Chaitamrita discusses about these personalities. There 1, 2, 3, and 4 personalities. So let me quickly grab the link to Chaitanya Chaitamrita 38 through 41. Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Yes,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Okay, thank you. That was a very Bharani. Please give me 1 minute, Mataji. I will try to help you. Okay. Yeah. So this is from verse in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, verse 38, 39, 40, and 41 discuss this. So it says that 23rd and 24th prominent devotees of Nityananda Prabhu were Sadashiva Kaviraja and his son Purushottama Dasa, who was the 10th Gopala. I tried to look up, but correct me if I'm wrong, because there's so many personalities in this discussed in this few chapters. So this Sadashiva Kaviraja is not anywhere related to Krishnadas, Kaviraja. So I just thought I'll add that bit of tidbit, at least from what I looked. But if I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me. And then it says, the next verse, 39, says, from birth. Okay, there's another comment. Yeah, oxymoron. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yeah, Pralananda Prabhu says oxymoron. Yeah, that's a word which, has like a contradictory kind of meanings. Like Prabhuji gives the example as, like everybody can read the comment, right? Cruel kindness, make haste slowly. So yeah, thank you, Prabhuji, for reminding me of that. Thank you. From birth, this is text 39 from CC. From birth, Purushottama Dasa was merged in the service of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, and he always engaged in childish play with Lord Krishna. Sadashiva Kaviraja and Nagara Purushottama, who are father and son, are described in the Caitanya Bhagavata as Mahabhagyavan, greatly fortunate. They belonged to the Vaidya caste of physicians. The Gaur Ganodesha Deepika, verse 156, says that Chandravali, a most beloved gopi of Krishna's, later took birth as Sadashiva Kaviraja. In verses 194 and 200, it is said that Kamsari Sena, the father of Sadashiva Kaviraja, was formerly the gopi named Ratnavali in Krishna's pastimes. So there is Kamsari Mishra, we'll be seeing soon. And then this is Kamsari Sena, and he's the father of Sadashiva Kaviraja, and Sadashiva Kaviraja's son is Nagar Purushottama, or the Purushottama Dasa, which is mentioned here. All the family members of Sadashiva Kaviraja were great devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Purushottama Das Thakura sometimes lives at Sukha Sagara, near the Chakadaha and Simurali railway stations. All the deities installed by Purushottama Thakura were formerly situated in Beledanga Grama, but when the temple was destroyed, the deities were brought to Sukha Sagara. With that temple merged into the bed of Ganges, the deities were brought with Janava Mata's deity to Saheba Danga Bedi Grama. Since that place also has been destroyed, all the deities are now situated in the village named Chandude Grama, which is situated 1 mile up from Palapada, as referred to above. So I'm sorry, I'm so clueless on the geography. But if we go and look for this important main places like Chakadaha, Baragachi, and which places, so it does show up on the map. Kind of get some idea of where it is geographically located. And I saw that Mayapur, I don't know if it's the same Saligrama, but it is a little to the northeast of Mayapur. And then the Baragachi and all that is to the south of Mayapur, if I remember correctly. So if we go and look up these places on Google Maps, you do find references to some of this to kind of get a geographical idea of where these associates were located and how Lord Nityananda, traveled around and went about his way in Bengal. Yeah, we also read about Udharana Datta, so that skips one verse, and it's verse 41 of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Udharana Datta Thakura, the 11th among the 12 cowherd boys, was an exalted devotee of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. He worshipped the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda in all respects. So, we also are reading about some of Lord Nityananda's branches, and the Dvadasha Gopalas are mentioned, right? Some of the personalities are none other than the Gopalas. Some of them are gopis, as we see. So, Udharana Datta Thakur, was one of the Dwadasha Gopalas. Let's see which Dwadasha Gopala he was. The Gaur Ganodesha Deepika states that Udharana Datta was formerly the cowherd boy of Vrindavan named Subahu. Okay, so his name is Subahu. Udharana Datta Thakura, previously known as Sri Udharana Datta, was a resident of Saptagrama, which is situated on the bank of the Saraswati River near the Trisabhigha railway station in the district of Hooghly. Yeah, it's a lot of factual details are given. I'm trying to skim through and see if we need to go through in detail of everything. Okay. In the Caitanya Bhagavata Antya Khanda, chapter 5, it is said that Udharana Datta was an extremely elevated and liberal Vaishnava. He was born with the right to worship Nityananda Prabhu. It is also stated that Nityananda Prabhu, after staying for some time in Kharadaha, came to Saptagrama and stayed in the house of Udharana Datta. The Suvarnavani community to which Udharana Datta belonged was actually a Vaishnava community. Its members were bankers and gold merchants. Suvarna means gold and Varnik means merchant. Long ago, there was a misunderstanding between Balasena and the Suvarna Varnik community because of the great banker Gaurisena. I'm not sure if these are all, of much import at this point. I mean, it's good to know like their background, but okay, let's do this. In Saptagrama, there is a temple with a 6-armed deity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that was personally worshipped by Sri Udharana Datta. On the right side of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a deity of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and on the left is Gadadhar Prabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the middle, and then on the right side of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Lord Nityananda, and on the left is Gadadhar Prabhu, like how we see even in the Panchatattva, right? There are also Radha Govinda Murti and Salagram Shiva, and below the throne is a picture of Sri Udharana Datta Thakur. In front of the temple, there is now a big hall, and in front of the hall is Madhavi Lata plant. The temple is in a way, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Udharana Datta was the manager of the estate of a big zamindar in Naihati, about 1.5 miles of Katwa. The relics of this royal family are still visible near the Dainhata station. Since Udharana Datta was the manager of the estate, it was also known as Udharanapura. Udharana Datta Thakur installed Nitai Gaur deities that were later brought to the house of the zamindar, which was known as Vanao Yaribara. Srila Udharana Datta remained a householder throughout his life. His father's name was Srikara Datta, his mother's name was Bhadravati, and his son's name was Srinivasa Datta. So that's some details given about Sri Udharana Datta and all the other personalities who we just read about. Okay, let's move on to verse 744. महेश पंडित अति परम महांत परमानंद उपाध्याय वैष्णव एकांत. Mahesha Pandita was the most exalted devotee. Paramananda Upadhyaya was an unalloyed Vaishnava. For a description of Mahesha Pandita, see Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 11, text 32, and the Anubhashya on it. And for Paramananda Upadhyaya, see Chaitanya Charitamrita, text 44, and the Anubhashya commentary on it. So we'll try to see what is given, text for 32 and 44. Okay. 32 and 44. Mahesh Pandita. Okay. Mahesha Pandita 32, it says, Mahesha Pandita, the 7th of the 12 Gopalas, was very liberal, in great love of Krishna. He danced to the beating of a kettle drum like a madman. The village of Mahesha Pandita, which is known as Palapada, is situated in the district of Nadia within a forest about 1 mile south of the Chakadaha railway station. The Ganges flows nearby. It is said that formerly Mahesha Pandita lived on the eastern side of Jirat in the village known as Masipura. There are about 14 villages, and the entire neighborhood is known as Panchanagara Paragana. It is mentioned that Mahesha Pandita joined the festival performed by Sri Nityananda Prabhu at Panihati. Narottama Dasa also joined in the festival, and Mahesha Pandita saw him on that occasion. In the temple of Mahesha Pandita, there are deities of Gaur Nityananda, Sri Gopinatha, Sri Madana Mohana, and Radha Govinda, as well as a Shalagram Shila. So all of these great branches, the associates of Nityananda Mahaprabhu, they all had temples with beautiful deities, right? That's what they've been described here. And yeah, let's move on. चतुर्भुज पंडित नंदन गंगा दासा पूर्वे यान्र घरे Nityananda Vilasa. Gangadas was the son of Chaturbhuja Pandita. Nityananda had previously stayed in his house. For a description of Gangadas, see Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 43, and the Anubhashya commentary on it. So, anybody recall another personality by the name of Gangadas?
Gangadas Pandit, teacher of Nimai.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. So, at least from what little I have read, it appears that they were different personalities. They are not. This Gangadas is different from the Gangadas Pandit, who was like Prabhuji just mentioned. He was actually an incarnation of Sandeepa Minimuni, who Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to in his early education to learn from him, the other Gangadas. But this Gangadas is different. That's what is my understanding. But like I said, there's too many personalities going around. And so let's see what if the reference says here. Text 43. Yeah. Another important devotee of Lord Nityananda Prabhu was Vishnu Dasa, who had two brothers named Nandana and Gangadas. Lord Nityananda Prabhu sometimes stayed at their house. The three brothers, Vishnu Dasa, Nandana, and Gangadas, were residents of Navadvipa and belonged to the Bhattacharya Brahmana family. Both Vishnudas and Gangadas stayed for some time with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Jagannath Puri, and the Chaitanya Bhagavata states that formerly Nityananda Prabhu stayed at their home. So they were three brothers. So it appears to be different than the other Gangadas personality, which who was the teacher of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So let's move on. Acharya Vaishnavananda Parama Udara Purve Raghunatha Puri Nama Khyatiyandra. Acharya Vaishnavananda was most magnanimous. He was formerly known as Raghunatha Puri. For a description of Acharya Vaishnavananda, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 11, text 42, and the Anubhashya commentary on it. Okay. We will do the next verse and then perhaps read from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. प्रसिद्ध परमानंद गुप्त महाशाय पूर्वे घरे नित्यानंदेर आलय. Paramananda Gupta Mahashaya was well known. Nityananda enjoyed pastimes in his house. For description of Paramananda Gupta, see Adilila, chapter 11, text 45, and the Anubhashya commentary on it. Okay. Let's see these two personalities and then move on to the next one. Okay. So 42 and 45. Okay. Let's see what's written. Yeah. The 27th prominent devotee of Nityananda Prabhu was Acharya Vaishnavananda, a great personality in devotional service. He was formerly known as Raghunatha Puri. In the Gaur Ganodesh Deepika, it is said that Raghunath Puri was previously very powerful in the 8 mystic successors. He was an incarnation of one of the successors. So when it says mystic successors, it is referring to like the 8 Ashta mystic, the siddhis, like we commonly know. So he was very powerful in the 8, it says. So it's not too much details are given regarding, like how he exhibited or how we know that he was, very powerful in this. But nonetheless, it says that he was also a Siddha Yoga in that sense. And then the next one is 45, right? Paramananda Gupta. The 31st devotee of Lord Nityananda Prabhu was Paramananda Gupta, who was greatly devoted to Lord Krishna and highly advanced in spiritual consciousness. Formerly, Nityananda Prabhu also resided at his house for some time. Paramananda Gupta composed a prayer to Lord Krishna, known as Krishna Stavavali, in the Gaura Ganodesha Deepika, verses 194 and 199. It is stated that he was formerly the gopi named Manjunath. So we see that Paramananda Gupta was also a gopi actually in Krishna Leela. So very nice to know like how Krishna's associates actually they descend, with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give us all the mercy, and also that's how we relish the sweet pastimes of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu, right? Because all the associates come and there is a lot of interaction, and that's how we get so many nice sweet pastimes. Otherwise, how can we get all this sweetness and this nectar? So let's move on. बड़गछि निवासी सुकृति कृष्णदास यहाँ रमंदिरे Nityanandera Vilasa. The fortunate Krishnadasa was a resident of Badagachi. Nityananda enjoyed pastimes in his house. For a description of Krishnadasa, the resident of Badagachi, see Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 23 and the Anubhashya commentary on it. So there's like I think a number of Krishnadasas discussed here, right? Like I think previously there was, before we started today, was Kalya Krishnadasa. And then there's also this Krishnadasa Hoda. I think this one is referring to the Krishnadasa Hoda. And then there's another Krishnadasa. We're going to like see this verse, the next verse, following verse. It discusses Krishnadasa Devananda Dui Shuddha Mati Mahanta Acharya Chandra Nityananda Gati. Krishnadasa and Devananda were both pure-hearted. The exalted devotee Acharya Chandra accepted Nityananda as his goal of life. For a description of Krishnadasa, see Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 46, and the Anubhashya commentary. So it's kind of obvious that these two personalities are different, like the fortunate Krishnadasa, and then the other Devananda, the brothers Krishnadasa and Devananda are different. And we'll see what Chaitanya Charitamrita talks about them. So this is okay. And my understanding, if I understood right, is this first Krishnadasa, the resident of Baragachi, unless there was another Krishnadasa in Baragachi, it is referring to Krishnadasa Hoda. But let's see, what it says, Krishnadasa 23. Okay, let's first see the other Krishnadasa, which is discussed in the next verse. The 32nd, 33rd, 34th, and 35th prominent devotees were Narayana, Krishnadasa, Manohara, and Devananda, who always engaged in the service of Lord Nityananda. So the second set of the Krishnadasa and Devananda, that is referring to this four brothers, Narayana, Krishnadasa, Manohara, Devananda, which will again be repeated in one of the other verses, later verses. And let's see. This Kala Krishnadasa, he was the 22nd devotee. That's another. But this Kala Krishnadasa is different from the one who accompanied Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's what I came to understand. So he's not the same personality. Okay, there's another 21st devotee who was Krishnadasa Brahmana, which was discussed earlier. Okay, then this one, 26, right? I mean, 11:23, it says. Let me go there. For some reason, it says 23 there, right? This one. The fortunate Krishnadasa of Baragachi, it says 23, but what I'm seeing is 26 is the one which discusses, okay, about this Krishnadasa. Because 23 is discussing Sundarananda, but not discussing Krishnadasa. So let's, okay. Let me do this 26th verse. No, wait. Yeah. Yeah, the 23rd is referring. Okay, let's do this one. Verse 25. Suryadasa Sarakhela and his younger brother, Krishnadasa Sarakhela, both possessed firm faith in Nityananda Prabhu. They were a reservoir of love of Godhead. In the Bhakti Ratnakara 12th wave, it is stated that a few miles from Navadvip is a place called Salagram that was the residence of Suryadasa Sarakhela. He was employed as a secretary in the Muslim government of that time, and thus he amassed a great fortune. Suryadasa had four brothers, all of whom were pure Vaishnavas. And we know, like in the past few classes, we discussed that Vasudha and Janava were the two daughters of Suryadasa and who got married to Nityananda Prabhuji. So Suryadasa Sarakhela was the father-in-law of Nityananda Prabhu. And actually, I'm trying to get the reference for the Krishnadasa. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, that's referring to Krishnadasa. Like we also will be seeing about Gauridasa later. Gauridasa Pandita, he's a very famous personality. We know his pastimes with Lord Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was actually one of the brothers of Suryadasa. That's what is mentioned in this verse number 26. And he was, I'll just read from there. Gauridasa Pandita was always patronized by King Krishnadasa, the son of Harihoda. Gauridasa Pandita lived in the village of Saligrama, which is situated a few miles from the railway station and Ambika Kalna. He later came to reside in Ambika. I'm trying to see the reference, which I had for this thing, Krishnadasa. But I'm not able to find that now. There was a oh yeah, here, sorry. In text 15, there is some reference given. Navani Hoda appears to have been the same person as Hoda Krishna Dasa, the son of the king of Baragachi. His father's name was Hari Hoda. One can visit Baragachi by taking the Lalagola Gata railway line. Formerly, the Ganges flowed by Baragachi, but now it has become a canal known as Kalsira Khala. Near the Muragata station is a village known as Salagrama, in which King Krishnadasa arranged for the marriage of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, as described in the Bhakti Ratnakara. So we see later, right, how Gauridasa Pandita always, looked up to Krishnadasa. So my take is that this Hora Krishnadasa, the king of Baragachi, because it says Krishnadasa belonged from Baragachi, is the same person, but don't quote me on that. I'm just trying to reconcile facts here, and there are too many personalities going on. So, yeah. Okay, let's move on to 750. गायन माधवानंद घोष महाशाय वासुदेव घोष Adi Prema Rasamaya. Madhavananda Ghosh Mahashaya was a singer. Vasudeva Ghosha was filled with the mellows of ecstatic love. For description of Madhava Ghosha, see Chaitanya Chaitamrita Adi Leela, chapter 11, text 15, and the Anubhashya. And for Vasudeva Ghosha, see text 15 too, and the Anubhashya commentary. Let's see, these two are brothers, they're very famous singers. Actually, Govinda Madhava and Vasudeva. Some nice tidbits are given, details about these personalities. Let's try to see what's given. Let's see, Ghoshera. Yeah. When Nityananda Prabhu, this is text 1415 of Chaitanya Charitamrita. When Nityananda Prabhu was ordered to go to Bengal to preach, these two devotees, Sri Ramadas and Gadadhar Dasa, were ordered to go with him. Thus, they are sometimes counted among the devotees of Lord Chaitanya and sometimes among the devotees of Lord Nityananda. Similarly, Madhava and Vasudeva Ghosh, they also belong to both the groups of devotees simultaneously. There is a place named Danihata near the Agra Dvipa ranger station. Yeah, this is, I'm not sure. We would like to go into the, so basically like like these like we see Madhava and Vasudeva Gosha. So Madhavananda is the same as Madhava Gosha and Vasudeva Gosha, who are discussed in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So they belong to both. So when, like I mentioned earlier, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advises Nityananda Prabhu to preach in Bengal, so these two, Madhava and Vasudeva Ghosha, they accompany him, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his they accompany Nityananda Prabhu in his preaching machine, but they are considered part of both the Chaitanya and the Nityananda branches. So that's what is given there. Okay. Mahabhagyavanta Jiva Pandita Udara Yanra Ghare Nityananda Chandrera Vihara. The most fortunate Jiva Pandit was magnanimous. Nityananda Chandra enjoyed pastimes in his house. For a description of Jiva Pandita, see Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, chapter 11, text 44, and the Anubhashya commentary on it. So let's see what's given about him. I'm not going into too many of those geographical details, but please try to read in your leisure. When you have the time, you can please feel free to read. Yeah. Paramananda Upadhyaya was Nityananda Prabhu's great servitor. Sri Jiva Pandita glorified the qualities of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Sri Paramananda Upadhyaya was an advanced devotee. His name is mentioned in the Chaitanya Bhagavata, where Sri Jiva Pandita is also mentioned as the second son of Ratnagarbha Acharya and a childhood friend of Hadai Oja, the father of Nityananda Prabhu. In the Gaur Ganodesh Tipika, it is said that Jivananda Pandita was formerly the gopi named Indra. So we see again this is another gopi who is the associate of Nityananda Mahaprabhu. Okay. Like I said, I'm sorry, it's very factual. So I'm not sure how to make it more interesting, but please feel free to add in if you can make it interesting. Nityananda Priya Manohara Narayana Krishna Dasa Devananda Echari Jana. The four devotees, Manohara, Narayana, Krishna Dasa, and Devananda, were dear to Nityananda. For descriptions of Manohara, Narayana, Krishna Dasa, and Devananda, see Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi, text 46, and the Anubhashya commentary on it. We just read this one because I wanted to, because this Devananda and Krishnadasa are mentioned in one of the previous verses, right? We just saw here. So at that time I referenced the CC verse there. So I'm not sure I will go back again and read that again. So we'll move on to the next verse. Yata Bhritya Nityananda Chandre Rasahite Shata Vatsare Otaha Napari Likhite. I'm unable to write about all the servants of Nityananda Chandra, even in 100 years. So now we see that Davantas Thakur, he makes a very, very humble confession, like that he's not able to write. I'm sure, he is an incarnation of Srila Vyasdev and he can write as many, but he's just being very humble. Sahasra Eko Seva Kera Gana Sabara Chaitanya Nityananda Dhana Prana. Each of those servants had thousands of followers. They all accepted Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as their wealth and life. Nityananda Prasade Tahara Guru Sama Sri Chaitanya Rase Saba Parama Uttama. By the mercy of Nityananda, they were all qualified spiritual masters. They were all greatly intoxicated by the mellows of love for Lord Chaitanya. So we saw so many of the associates, right, of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They were also engrossed and so actively and enthusiastically propagating the mission of Lord Chaitanya. We know how Lord Chaitanya, he advised the 6 Goswamis to come up with so many literatures, right? We are now doing, Kirtida Mataji is doing the Nectar of Devotion, and we see that these acharyas, if not for these acharyas, we wouldn't know like the technicalities or the nitty-gritty of what is sadhana bhakti, or what is, the different kinds of bhakti you can, actually the practical aspects of bhakti which we are supposed to be following and things like that. So many thanks to all these followers and all these branches and sub-branches of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, that we have so many beautiful bhajans, right? Like the Vasudev Ghosh, he has composed so many bhajans, so sweet ones. And so many different disciples or associates of Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu have given us so much literature which helps us to understand better the philosophy and the pastimes of the Lord. So, किछु मात्र आमी लिखिला न जानियान रे सकल विदिता है बे वेद व्यास द्वारे. I've mentioned only those whom I know. The others will be described by Veda Vyasa. सर्वशेष भृत्यतन वृंदावन दास अवशेष पात्र narayani garbhajata. The last of his servants is Vrindavan Dasa. He took birth from the womb of Narayani, who was the recipient of the Lord's remnant. The author, Sri Vrindavan Dasa, is not identified as a descendant by his paternal line. Rather, he became famous for his relationship with his mother, who was a devotee of Gaura. It is well known that his mother, Sri Narayani Devi, accepted the remnant of Sri Chaitanya Deva. Sri Vrindavan Das Thakura, the son of this Narayani, was the final servant of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So, some little bit detail is given about the author here. And we see that his mother's lineage is more prominent because Sri Narayani Devi, she's considered like a female guru in the body of a female woman, and so it is. He's more prominently known as the son of Narayani Devi, and not by his father's lineage that way. That's what is mentioned here. अद्यापिह वैष्णवमण्डले आन्द्रध्वनि चैतन्येर अवशेष पात्र Narayani. Even today, the Vaishnavas glorify Narayani as the recipient of Lord Chaitanya's remnants. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Chanda Jana Vrindavana Dasa Tachu Pada Yuge Gana. Accepting Shri Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet. Thus ends the English translation of the Gaudiya Bhashya of Sri Caitanya Bhagavata Antya Khanda, chapter 5, entitled The Pastimes of Nityananda. Such a glorious chapter. Like we know how Lord Krishna is more pleased when he hears about his devotees, right? More than his glories, when you glorify his devotees, he is more pleased because these devotees possess true love for Krishna, and so he's very happy to hear about his own devotees. So similarly, we see that a lot of importance is given, and so many of the different associates of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. If I'm not wrong, referring from Chaitanya Charitamrita, yeah, I'm trying to see 75 are there. 75 branches and sub-branches have been discussed in this chapter, like the associates of Lord Nityananda. And then the 76th is the Vrindavan Das Thakura. So 75 or 76 devotees have been mentioned in name, and there's details of where they came from and what were the names of the deities that they worshipped, and some details of their parental parentage and things like that are given. So these are very, very exalted devotees, and they find a mention in this great scripture. So we are fortunate and blessed to even utter their names. That's how I'm looking at it. And I'd like to pause here. And like I said, there's too many Krishna dasas going around, a lot of personalities going around. So if I, confused any of the personalities, please feel free to correct me and add your realizations and your thoughts on this chapter. It'll be nice to go back and see what are some of the takeaways we got from this chapter. So I'd love to hear from all of you. Thank you so much. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यो च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय। श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय।
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. Sukha Sagari Mataji. Thank you,
Okay.
thank you, thank you for a very, very beautiful class, for the beautiful recap in the beginning of the class, and very interactive class, and very, very detailed and depth class. Very, very grateful to you. Hare Krishna, Hare devotees. If you have any realizations or questions, please go ahead and share. Sunil Prabhuji, go ahead. Please unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Very beautiful class. And there were so many Krishnadas, as you mentioned. So,
Yeah.
Mataji, can you speak about Hoda Krishnadas from Badagachi? Who was he? I missed it.
Yeah, let me go back. 1 second, give me 1 second, Prabhuji. I will search about it. That Hoda Krishna Dasa, it says the King Krishna Dasa, right? I'm thinking that's the one, but I may be wrong. Okay. It says in verse number 47, the 36th devotee, this is 47 of CC, okay? The 36th devotee of Lord Nityananda was Hoda Krishna Dasa, whose life and soul was Nityananda Prabhu. He was always dedicated to the lotus feet of Nityananda, and he knew no one else but him. The residence of Krishna Dasa Hoda was Baragachi, which is now in Bangladesh. So and then, combining it with the other verse, which talked about, he was the king, that also is mentioned as Hoda Krishna Dasa, and whom Gauridas Pandit, looked up to. That's mentioned in the other verse, right? So I'm thinking these are the same. Since he was from Baragachi, this Krishna Dasa, which is being described here, is the same person as that Hoda. That's my take. But like here, the fortunate Krishna Dasa was a resident of Baragachi. You see this? Nityananda enjoyed pastimes. Verse 748 in Chaitanya Bhagavat. It says he was a resident of Baragachi. And now I read out the reference from Chaitanya Charitamrita, text 47 in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It says, Hoda Krishna Dasa was Baragachi. He was a resident of Baragachi, which is now in Bangladesh. And then if we look for the same references I'm merely doing a word search, okay? If you look for these references in the Chaitanya Charitamrita again, where it talks of Gauridas Pandita in text 26, it says that Gauridas Pandita was always patronized by King Krishna Dasa, the son of Hari Hoda. So Hari Hoda, his son is King Krishna Dasa. I think it's Hoda Krishna Dasa. And it also mentions that he was from this Baragachi, right? Or I don't know if it's a different person. So Hoda Krishna Dasa, that's what it is.
Yes, so Mataji, this Hoda Krishnadas is a king of Badagachi place.
Yes, that's what is mentioned, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sunil Prabhuji, for always asking very nice questions. Thank you, Mataji, for
He
answering
arranged it
them.
also, sorry, Mataji, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Like, I just wanted to add to the Prabhuji's thing. If you see verse 50 of Chaitanya Charitamrita, again, it talks of the Hoda persons, the last name Hoda. Vasanta was the Navani Hoda, it says, appears to be been the same person as Hoda Krishna Dasa, the son of the king of Baragachi. His father's name was Hari Hoda. We saw this in the other verse, right, which I just read earlier. One can visit Baragachi by taking Lola Gola. So King Krishna Dasa, this Hoda, he arranged for the marriage of Nityananda Prabhu. That's what it says. It is sometimes said that Navani Hoda was the son of Raja Krishna Dasa. So I don't know, there is some confusion there. That's what the verse 50 says about Navani Hoda, that he appears to be as the same person as Hoda Krishna Dasa, or he could be the son of this Krishna Dasa. So there is some confusion. That's what it appears from verse 50. his descendants still live in Rukunapura. So, I'm thinking that the verse which we referenced here, the resident of Baragachi is referring to this Hoda Krishna Das of Baragachi.
Thank you so much, Mataji. I'll refer to that chapters. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah, if you find something more, please do share, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna devotees. Anybody else have any realizations?
Hare Krishna, Sukha Sagari Mataji, what a beautiful class. Very nice. Like you said, history, geography, everything put together.
I'm so bad at history, geography. I cannot remember names or things like that. I can remember some stories, pastimes, or philosophy, but factual is so beyond me. Yeah, with all your help, only I can do something. Otherwise, totally blank on this. Yeah.
What are we doing, Mataji? But your class was very nice, very interesting. Thank you so much.
Oh, what interesting. But yeah, thank you for your kind encouragement, Preeti. You are always looking for ways to, spread the wealth and help other devotees, aspiring devotees purify themselves. So very grateful for all that you do. Or you, Vinita Mataji, Kirtida Mataji, all, carry the ship and, so it's very, very, very grateful for all of you. Classes are so amazing, all of your classes, that it inspires me that at least once in a while, I take the effort to read something and discuss with all of you Bhagavatas. So thank you very much for that.
Mataji, thank you so much for this very nice class. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, HG Sukha Sagari Mataji. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Gopinath ki jai. Mataji, आपके class, you are as equal as HG Priti Mataji, HG Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Don't think that you are what it's called, Mataji, Madhyam Adhikari, what it's called, Kanishta Adhikari.
Not even a neophyte, Mataji. Not
No
even
neophyte, no Mataji. You are as
okay.
equal because you are working, Mataji. So not.
She is 10 years more senior to all of us. We are like
No,
little
Mataji. I
stars
have
in
seen.
Britain.
आई हैव सीन एचजी प्रीति माता जी उसका उनका स्टडी बहुत है सिविल सीट इन वन ग्रुप उसके सब बच्चे हैं नॉट 1 2 3 80 85 और सी ऑलवेज डू कृष्ण कथा एंड आई हैव सीन दैट फ्रॉम लास्ट 10 12 years सी मेक अ नोट्स सी पुट लॉट्स ऑफ एफर्ट्स एक दिन में सीनियर नहीं बन जाते बहुत उन्होंने एफर्ट्स डाला है इवन सी मेक अ नाइस बिग तपेला भर के प्रसाद
Yeah, she's like in some sense, epitomizes all the qualities like devotee must have. Like you said, she's the expert in prasadam, and the way she studies, I think a whole of Bhakti Sangha would agree with me to say that Preeti Mataji, she inspires everybody to study too. I mean, it's because of her, like the way she tries to learn and study literally in depth. So that's what inspires me, and because of
Mataji,
her, I sometimes go and study. That's how, I mean, it's the truth.
agree I agree with you Mataji please sing one bhajan with all senior Vaishnavas permission Mataji I know it's not good to request you but Mataji bottom of the heart आप जब गाते हो तो हृदय को छू जाता है please by the permission of senior Vaishnava please sing.
Sure, Mataji. I just want to know if anybody has any other question or comment. Yeah, I'm sure Vinita, if she's on the call, she'll agree with me. Like, she literally pushes all devotees to study, and whatever little I know, I just owe it to Preeti.
You can do the class, माताजी आप क्लास ले सकते हो ऐसे करते हैं विनीता माताजी छोटी सी गैया रानी है हमारी बछुड़ा है बछुड़ा.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Mataji, so kindly for. I thought we will sing one bhajan of Vasudev Ghosh, if it's okay with you all.
Please go ahead, Mataji, because Sunil Prabhu is also writing in the chat.
Let me quickly,
you can sing.
Try to grab that bhajan. I think I have it here. It's confusing, right? All the different personalities, at least to me. Yeah. This is Yadi Gaurna Hoito by Vasudeva Ghosh. यदि गौर न होय तो ताबे की होय तो के मान धरी ते दे राधा महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगत जानात के मधुर वृंदा विपिन माधुरी प्रवेश चातुरी सारा वरज युवती भावेरा भगति सकति हाई ते कारा यदि गौर न होय तो ताबे की होय तो के मान धरी ते दे राधा महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगत जानात के गाओ गाओ पुनः गौरंगे रघुण सरल हई यमना हे भव सागरे मन दयाल ना देखिए न देखिए क जाना यदि गौर न होय तो ताबे की होय तो के माने धरी ते दे गौरंगा बलिया नागेनु गलिया के माने धरी नु दे देव सुरहिया पाषाण दिया के माने गड़िया चे यदि गौर न होय तो ताबे की होय तो के माने धरी तदे राधा महिमा प्रेम रस सीमा जगत जानात के जय श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु नित्यानंद महाप्रभु की जय Mataji,
Mataji, I have a question. When are you going to release your album?
Please,
Hari
please.
Bol.
Not worthy of that, Mataji. Like a crow cawing the company of swans. That's what I am. So, yeah.
No,
नहीं
Mataji.
माताजी
Mataji, you
राधा
have
रानी ने
beautiful
बहुत
voice.
अच्छा वॉइस दिया
Very beautiful voice,
Mataji,
Mataji.
you should sing all these
Beautiful
KK
singing.
songs and post it, Mataji, for
हाँ
us.
प्लीज माताजी कितने
Yeah.
लोगों को लाभ मिलेगा यूट्यूब पे पोस्ट कीजिए माताजी
Yeah, different
Yeah,
different
I think
versions.
वहां से
Vinita
फिर
is
हरे
All
कृष्णा
can
में
do
चला
that.
जाएगा हरे कृष्णा टीवी में
Yeah, I think Vinita is so kind. Like she, grabs the bhajan I sing and makes a video and after class, and so kindly she shares. I'm sure Vinita has few of the bhajans on YouTube. I don't know if she's busy at school or something. So, but I will ask her to share. I'm sure she has made some list kind of a thing. She really is so kind and she does all that. So much to learn from her. Yeah, thank you, Mataji, for your kind encouragement. All glories to Shishi Guru and Gauranga. It's just Maharaja's mercy, and by myself, I'm good for nothing. That's what I am. Mataji, should we read the translation? It's very beautiful. Shall we read, Mataji? Please, we
Sure,
can
Mataji.
take turns if you're all inspired.
Also, Mataji, Sunil Prabhuji is making a request if you could sing Navagor Verma like as
Yeah.
Garpuni.
After this, can we sing if we have the time? I don't want.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
रानी की जय हो
Jai.
So should we read the translation, Mataji? Anybody is inspired, please go ahead, or I can read too.
I can read, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
If Lord Gora had not appeared as the Yuga Avatara in this age of Kali, then what would have become of us? How could we have tolerated living? Who in this universe would have ever learned about the topmost limits of loving mallows that comprise the glory of Sri Radha? Shall I do, or someone else wants to do?
Yeah, I can do.
Can I read, Mataji? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
Who would have had the power to render ecstatic devotional service that follows in the footsteps of the damsels of Raja? Indeed, the clever expertise of the Raja Gopis is a prerequisite for entering the supremely sweet forest of Vrinda Devi.
Go ahead, Yashwamati Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Oh, please sing again and again of the glorious qualities of Lord Gauranga. Just try to keep your heart simple. Not even one person within this ocean of nations has ever seen such a magnanimous personality as he. Hari Bol.
Mataji, I'll read this. Even though I chant the holy name of Lord Gauranga, somehow I still have not melted in ecstasy. How then I have maintained the burden of this body? How has the Creator fashioned this body with a stone in a place of a Vasudev's Goshat?
Right. So beautiful. Thank you so much. What was the other one? Navagauravaram?
Never Pushpa Shavam, that's
Yeah.
Sachitanya Ashtakam, I think.
Yeah. नवगौरवरं नवपुष्पसरं नवभावधरं नवलास्यपरं नवहास्यकरं नवहेमवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं नवप्रेमयुतं नवनीतशुचं नववेशकृतं नवप्रेमरसं नवधाविलसच्छुभप्रेममयं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं हरिभक्तिपरं हरिनामधरं करजाप्यकरं हरिनामपरं नयने सततं प्रणयाश्रुधरं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं सततं जनता भवतापहरं परमार्थपरायण लोकगतिं नवलेहकरं जगतापहरं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं निजभक्तिकरं प्रियचारुतरं नटनर्तननागर राजकुलं कुलकामिनी मानस लास्यकरं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं करतालवलं कलकण्ठरवं मृदुवाद्यसुवीनिकया मधुरं निजभक्तिगुणावृतनाट्यकरं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं युगधर्मयुतं पुनर्नन्दसुतं धरणीषु चित्रं भावोचितं तनुध्यानचितं निजभासयुतं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरम् अरुणं नयनं चरणं वसनं वदने स्खलितं स्वकनामधरं कुरुते सुरसं जगतजीवनं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुत गौरवरम् जय श्री शचीसुत गौर नंदन की जय
Ki Jai. Hari Bol.
Haribol, thank you so much
Ah,
Mataji, for singing
thank you,
so
Mataji.
beautifully.
Koti Koti Danvat.
thank you Mataji. So
Hare Krishna devotees, if there are no more realizations, I would like to thank.
Mataji, please forgive me for interrupting. Is it okay to read the
Yeah,
translation?
please go ahead. Please go ahead. Yes, yes.
Anybody's inspired, please go ahead. I mean, yeah, it's nice because I don't understand much of Bengali or Sanskrit, so it's nice to read the translations.
Yeah, I can start, Mataji.
Yeah,
I can
please.
do the first one.
Okay.
His complexion is the hue of fresh cream tinged with kumkum. He is the ever fresh Cupid who shoots arrows of newly blossoming flowers. He bears newer and newer moods of emotional ecstasies. He is he is fond of performing novel dances. He makes ever new jokes that cause much laughter. His brilliance luster is like freshly cast gold. I bow down to Gora, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I can read the next one. He is endowed with ever fresh love of Godhead. His radiant luster is like the color of fresh butter. His fresh attire is arranged in ever new fashions. He relishes every new mellows of the love for Krishna. He shines in the ninefold new ways while executing the ninefold processes of devotional. He is permeated with the most auspicious loving nature. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
Number 3, anybody
Yes.
wants to read?
Yeah, he is absorbed in devotion to Sri Hari. He maintains the names of Hari. While chanting, he counts the holy names on the fingers of his hands. He is addicted to the names of Hari. He always
Has
sorry,
tears?
he always has tears of love welling in his eyes. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
I'll with this one. He's always moving the suffering of material existence for mankind. He is the goal of life, a person who dedicated to their supreme interest. He inspires men to become like honeybees, eager for the honey of Krishna Prema. He removes the burning fever of the material world. I bow down to Gova, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
Yeah. I can read the next if there's somebody. He motivates pure devotion unto himself. He is most attractive to his beloved servitors. By his dramatic dancing, he exhibits the characteristics of the king of paramours. He causes the minds of beautiful young village women to dance. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Shachi. Anybody else wants to read, or I can go ahead and finish up?
I can read.
Please.
He plays kartals as his throat emits sweet melodious sounds, and the vibrant notes of the veena are softly played. He thus inspires the devotees to perform dramatic dancing that is infused with as, aspects of
So,
his own devotional service. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. I can continue with it.
yes, Mataji.
He is accompanied by the Sikh Sankirtana movement, which is a religious practice for the age of Kali. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj come again. He is the extraordinarily brilliant ornament of the earth. Sorry, I'm scrolling. His preaching mode is suitably adapted to the cycle of birth and death. Sorry, death. His conscience is fixed in meditation on his own form of Krishna. He is always accompanied by his transcendental abode. I bow to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
Okay. His eyes, the
His
soul of the.
eyes,
Okay, please go ahead, Matt.
sorry, Mata. His eyes, the soles of his feet, and his clothing are ready like the color that heralds the rising sun. As he utters his own names, his voice flutters. He awakens a sweet flavor to life throughout the universe. I bow down to Gora, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi.
Jai.
Jai,
It's a very
Jai
beautiful bhajan. Jai Shri Gaura Hari Ki. Sachi Shuta Gaura.
Hare Ki, Sachi Sut Hare.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Mayapur, I remember when we went on one of the trips, there was a Rath Yatra, and then usually the devotees there, they address him as Sachi Shuta, not like just Gauranga Mahaprabhu like that. I thought that's like so sweet, right? For them, like they say Sachi Shuta every time. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Sorry, Shivani Mataji, if I interrupted you earlier, please. You can.
No worries, Mataji. Thank you so much for singing so beautifully. Always it's such a pleasure to hear from you. And thank you for a very detailed and depth class. Very, very grateful to you. And very nice interactive class as well. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, if there are no more realizations, I would like to pay my obeisances to Her Grace Sukha Sagari Mataji and all the assembled devotees. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kipasindhuvya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, हर ग्रेस सुख सागरी माता जी की जय।
Jai. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna,
Mataji,
Devi.
for the
Hare
Hare
Govardhan.
Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
So sweet.